Recognizes the gentleman from Kansas, Mr. Mann, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, the first time I spoke on this floor this year, I highlighted the vision the nation and our constituents charged us to usher in when they elected this Republican majority earlier this year, a year ago. The 77 million Americans had given this Congress a mandate to restore common sense solutions and get our country back on track. The country was overwhelmingly frustrated with the open border, the Green New Deal, the heavy-handed regulatory policies from the Biden-Harris administration, and we all wanted the madness to stop. This Republican majority has been laser-focused on keeping our promise to America, and I'm proud of all that we have accomplished in little under a year. For years, the nation watched as radical activists targeted the right to life, the right to bear arms, and even the freedom of speech. These rights are fundamental to who we are as Americans. On September 10, 2025, the country saw the unimaginable happen when Charlie Kirk was senselessly assassinated for practicing his right to free speech and open debate. That is not who we are as Americans. Rather than allowing this evil to silence patriotic Americans, this majority recommitted ourselves to our founding values and the fact that we are endowed by our Creator with inalienable rights, and the government exists to secure those rights, regardless of what way the political winds are blowing. As we move into 2026 and look forward to celebrating the 250th anniversary of our great nation, it is important that we recommit ourselves to faith, family, and freedom, and continue fighting to ensure the leadership in our nation's capital supports and affirms our God-given rights. As I talked with Kansans about the challenges here in Washington, we all agreed we need more Kansas values and common sense solutions. While there's still a lot of work to do, we had a strong start to restoring this common sense leadership. Over the course of the first 3 months of our Republican majorities in the House and Senate and President Trump's presidency, we repealed Green New Deal policies that hindered small businesses, stifled innovation, and drove up costs for everyday families. President Trump's policies delivered the safest border in our nation's history, with Customs and Border Protections showing a 95% decline in daily encounters under President Trump compared to President Biden's policies within the first 100 days. President Trump and congressional Republicans' policies enforced the law and worked tirelessly to remove bad actors from the country. Month after month, the data has shown and continues to show that our country is more secure now than ever. Our national debt continues to be a concern, standing today at $38 trillion. It is obvious that Congress needs to continue cleaning up our fiscal house. And for once, we have leadership willing to rein in wasteful spending. President Trump was the first president in our nation's history to do what is necessary: pause federal spending, go line by line through the federal budget, and seriously evaluate how our federal dollars are being spent. For many leaders in the nation's capital, this was heartburn, but for fiscal conservatives like me, it was welcomed sanity. Majorities in the House and Senate supported this rollback of wasteful spending, rescinded $9 billion in spending for voter ID initiatives overseas, electric buses in Africa, and millions of dollars in LGBT movements around the world. This wasn't just fiscal irresponsibility, it's highway robbery. All of Washington should be working with Republicans to rein in our government spending. But as far-left activists demanded free health care for legal immigrants, federal spending lapsed, and the government shut down for 43 days, putting some of our most vulnerable and brave Americans at risk. House Republicans remained united, and we did not cave to the radical left. We stood firm and continued to urge our colleagues across the aisle to come to the table, return to regular order, and get our fiscal house back in order. Together, this majority has enacted policies that restore the American dream. As a fifth-generation Kansan, I take that American dream very seriously. For 5 generations, my family has farmed, raised cattle, and been involved in our western Kansas communities. I want my children and future grandchildren to be able to do the same. The Working Families Tax Cuts passed by Congress helped restore the American dream by making the Trump tax cuts permanent and ushering in a new era of economic prosperity for growth in this country. Our legislation prevented Kansans from seeing a tax hike of more than $2,000 this upcoming January, made long overdue investments in strengthening the farm safety net, and restored American energy dominance while ensuring affordable, reliable energy access for families across the country. The future of Kansas families voted for this have waited for years to get a degree of relief from the historic inflation levels caused by President Biden. Serving in the big first district of the U.S. House of Representatives is a tremendous honor, and I look forward to all that we're going to accomplish next term as we celebrate all the victories of this year. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.